For more on Walmart's numbers, let's bring in somebody who knows something about Walmart. That is Bill Simon. He is the former CEO of Walmart USA. He's now on Darden Restaurants board and is the chairman of Hanes Brands. Bill, you just heard this conversation. What was your take on Walmart's quarter and, more importantly, its guidance?
Yeah, I'm just a lowly retailer, right? What do I know? It's, I thought if you hit your numbers and did well and beat your earnings, things would usually go well for you in the market. But little do we know, you got to have some magic dust. I mean, I don't know how you could have done much better for the quarter. I actually thought their guidance was pretty strong, given the fact that, as somebody just mentioned, really nobody knows what's going to happen with tariffs. And they were still that confident to continue to show a +4, to call for a +4 next year, and growing profit faster than sales to continue to develop leverage. So all in all, a good quarter, I think.
What happened? The Mexico and China tariffs are delayed. What happens if, and it's a huge if, and I know that. I want to be very clear. I have no idea. Maybe one guy in the planet that knows exactly what might happen. If we get those tariffs, what happens to Walmart stock?
Nothing, because ultimately the consumer decides whether there's a tariff or not. Are they going to buy the product or are they not going to buy the product? Or if there's a tariff on avocados from Mexico, do you have guacamole with your chips, or do you have salsa and queso where there's no tariff? With a big company like Walmart, the big guys, Walmart, Costco, Target, Amazon, those guys have the supply chain and the sourcing capability to mitigate tariffs by redirecting the product, or bringing it in from different places, developing their own private labels. Those guys will figure out tariffs. I'm not really worried about that impact. I would say, they're with their guidance, they don't know, so it's hard for them to build it in. But the fact that they gave, guidance of a sales increase of 4 and a profit increase growing faster than their rate of sales in that uncertain environment, to me, is a very, very positive indicator of the consumer.
Yeah, Bill, I know you watch this show and you're on it often, so thank you. You also know collectively we've been extraordinarily bullish of Walmart for a while. What we were saying last night is, though, given the valuation, they really needed to knock the cover off the ball, which it was a great quarter, not good enough. I guess the question to you is, what is a reasonable valuation for Walmart, given they're operating better than anybody right now in the entire space?
Well, if you like Walmart, if you like what they're doing, which is building a digital business and sort of reshaping the company. Actually, they reported operating income for the year of around $29 billion. That's about what they earned 10 years ago in operating income, but they did it 10 years ago on $450 billion. And now they're doing it on $650 billion because they're building this digital business. If you liked that story yesterday before the earnings release, you should love it today because it's 6 or 7% cheaper than it was yesterday. If you don't like it, you probably still don't like it.
Bill, it's Karen. Thanks for being on. So a lot of times when you're on, we talk about the Target Walmart disparity. And so looking at those earnings today, we know obviously Target doesn't have the grocery ability that Walmart does, but some of the other categories were good. What's your read through to Target?
Well, I actually think I'm hopeful that it's encouraging for Target as well. They've struggled because they don't have the food mix. But when you break down the category by category, the results over the last couple of years have been remarkably similar. They've been up and up where Walmart's up and down where Walmart's down, but their mix doesn't, net it out the same way. And Walmart's report of general merchandise growth for the second consecutive quarter after a couple of really awful years is really encouraging from both a broad consumer perspective and for a general merchant like Target. So I'm optimistic for Target as well. I'm hopeful anyway.